Everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel.
Girl, so let's get into it.
This episode last night, the finale.
Yes. Listen, to me, your dad stole the show. Girl, yeah, I went, okay, so I gotta ask you. What? Because we only got to see like 2 seconds of what he said. And you never told me what he said.
Right. So they only showed him saying that there wasn't like any chemistry between me and Rashid. But what he also said was he talked with Kalfani, like while he was grilling Kalfani was coming with the answers too. Like it was, my dad gave him like a random Bible verse and Kalfani finished it and was like, no, I know that one, and this is what I take from that message, and this is why I know it. Like anything he said, they was talking about traveling around the world and different stuff. So it was really, really good. And so he actually told me that he felt like Kalfani reminded him a lot of himself, and he knows that that's some things that I'm looking for in a man too, and in my potential partner. So it was really good, and for him to see the things that I saw too.
Wow. Yeah, they didn't show that. They just said, it was very, very quick. And so I didn't know if that was like your deciding factor.
It definitely was. That's why it was so important for me to get both of them to meet him, because I didn't want to, because like I said before, like, Rashid is like my normal type in a sense. And so obviously me being single and being on the show, something I've been doing hasn't worked, So I didn't want to go in making the same mistakes. And that's why I tried to be like open-minded the whole way through. And in being open-minded, ended up having 2 great guys, but had to make a decision and choose quick. So what's something like you think that the people didn't get to see, like a connection or a scene or something? Because it's so many scenes that the people couldn't see, because it was only so much time. What's a scene that you distinctly remember with Anthony that the people didn't get to see?
You know what? Me and Anthony had a lot of we had stuff that was off the camera that people didn't see. Mm-hmm. We were always like cracking jokes. We were having dance contests.
I could see that.
Like, you remember, like we used to imitate each other. We'd be like shadow boxing. Like it was a lot of like really fun interactions that nobody got to see, which is why some people were like, oh, this kind of came out of nowhere, but it really didn't. Like we had kind of developed chemistry over time. Like you saw how we would cut up.
But no, it's crazy because people really don't, get to or understand fully how we literally was shooting all day long, like from 8 in the morning when you see us eating breakfast all the way sometimes to like 2 in the morning, like every day. So we're spending time literally all day, every day. And that's why Tommy even said like we spent more time with the guys than we would spend dating in real life somebody for like 6 months, because we're seeing them every day. They in your
every day, all day. No hiding.
Yeah, you can't.
No hiding.
Ain't no going away. But yeah, what's like a characteristic or something that really stood out about Anthony that made you choose him in the end too?
It was a couple things. Like one, I talked about how we had so much fun together. Like we would be laughing. Like it was just crazy how much fun we would always have.
Right.
That, and then I said it on the show. Like I felt like his heart was very genuine. Like he just came across to me and a lot of people as a very authentic person. Mm-hmm. And who wouldn't respect that? Who wouldn't like that? So Anthony, you heard it here first. Your sense of humor, your authenticity, and the abs.
Had to throw them in there too. You gotta throw them in there. Keep it real, definitely. But, yeah. What's something crazy that I hate that the people didn't get to see too? Me and Kalfani went on a lot of dates, but y'all only got to see so much. Or like even when we went on the tiki date all together, like they showed you and Brian, but they didn't even really show me and Kalfani on. Like we there too, talking. But one thing that stood out to me that really, really, for me gave him like kind of real up there to make it tied is whenever Joy's sister passed, you know, they gave us the day. They told us that we didn't really have to shoot anymore for that day, you know, so just give us all personal time. And so I just went to my room because I don't really deal well with death and different things like that. I like to be by myself. That's how I deal with it. And so I went to my room, and then like probably like 45 minutes to an hour of being in there, I hear a knock at the door, and it was Kalfani. And he was like, hey, you want to pray together? Like, you know, how's everything? Oh, he can't, you know? And it was just that just really touched, because he didn't have to come check on me. He didn't have to do nothing. And there was no cameras around too. And to me, a lot of how the guys move when the cameras wasn't around was also, to me, that showed what they was really thinking and how they was really feeling. And so to me, that really was something that stood out about him, that I was like, that's really dope, really amazing.
That's beautiful. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Nobody did it.
But I do remember one on the last night, like I walked past the room when y'all were like just talking, and like y'all were just in there vibing, just, you know, you could just tell the chemistry was there, just a really fun conversation. And I thought that was really cool.
Right. And it was great. And then it's not taking anything, like Rashid is still an amazing man, like, you know, and it's nothing, you know, you could have two amazing people, but it doesn't mean that they're meant for each other, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, like you know, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I feel like, I just feel like they really didn't give a lot of, you know, camera time to how me and Anthony kind of built up and how we started to hang out.
Right.
But oh well, it ended the way.
Y'all talked that first day too, right?
Oh, the first night we had a long conversation that was hilarious. Like whatever producer was assigned to listening to that conversation had to be dying.
Rolling the whole time.
Right. We was talking, like, even when we think about it now, like, what?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I know, and I feel for the producers and the editors, because it's like still, I know they had a lot of footage that they had to edit through and squeeze into like 37 minutes. Like, that was a lot. So, you know, I get that people can't see everything, but it was some fun times. We definitely had fun. Would you do it again?
I could, not another dating show. Okay, let me put that out there. Like, not another dating show. Absolutely not. If I were to do another reality show, it would have to be something with like business or content. You know, like, so I really didn't like the way that they had the control to show what they wanted to and kind of create the storyline. Yeah. And even though, like, y'all, I feel like my storyline was fair. It was favorable in most cases. Right. Most. But most. Some stuff. But you know, I didn't like them having that kind of control. What did you feel like?
Same. I feel the same way, you know. And it's like, you don't think about it. You're like, as long as I carry myself a certain way and I don't, you know, feed into certain things, and everything should be okay. But then once you see it, it's like you said, the control is nothing you can do at that point too, you know. And then whenever they take away certain scenes to maybe be the reason why you reacted the way you reacted, or why you said the thing you say to somebody else just watching, it's like, oh, well, she tripping. And it's like, no, that's not, you know, what it is. But
like there was more to that conversation that you didn't hear.
Right. Y'all didn't get to see the whole hour before, but, you know. But overall, I don't know. I'm thinking the same as you as far as, like, with the dating show, because it's so, for me personally, I'm a different woman whenever I'm dating than in my normal life. Like, if you see me at work and when I'm in work mode, it's completely different how I handle myself there and then how I handle myself, like, in my dating, you know? And so just signing up for a show like that, I feel like all of us had to be vulnerable in a sense, you know, and just be really, really open. Like, we was having real, in the type of conversations that we were having with each other, like, it was a different side. And I learned a lot about myself too, you know, in the process. But to go through that again and then to see people watch it, it's every Friday I'm up here looking at the screen, like, screaming by myself. Like,
listen.
Man,
that was gonna be my next question. I was gonna say, like, do you feel like all of Friday you're like on pins and needles?
Oh yeah, that's why I couldn't do it. Like, you know how they would do the, like, party or, you know, do different get-togethers. I would most of the time do it by myself here at home, watching by myself. just nobody around, just looking at the TV. I got to video you. I'm going to post it. It's funny. That one time we went to Shay's when she cooked the vegan crab cakes and you was watching the show, literally looking at the TV like this. You got your arms crossed. She's like, just looking at it. I was like, okay.
Right. Listen, and I was standing right in front of the screen, right in front of the TV, like, that ain't what happened. Say that. Girl, please send it to me.
Yes, it's so funny. But that would be how I would be at home. Like, no, are you not gonna show that? Like, that's it, you know? But
someone asked, were y'all entrepreneurs while y'all was able to take off work? I think most people were, but no, some people, I don't know how they did it. Some people were working early mornings and late nights.
Some people still have their computers and different things to be able to work on it. Like Simone, you know, I know she had her computer a lot of the times because she was working on a really big case. So, you know, like, but pretty much, I mean, I control my work schedule, so I was able to do whatever.
Somebody said, are you in? Okay, now you guys know we can't answer if we're still together. You got to watch the reunion for that.
I see them asking. Yeah, we still got the reunion. We got the 2-part reunion. Trust, that's going to be the real, y'all going to tune into that.
Someone said, did you get to talk to your son all the time? Who has a son?
You ain't got no kids? I don't have kids.
I was gonna say, do you have a son? I don't have a son.
You
don't have a son.
Somebody said, I saw some people talking about it. They thought that I had a kid from when I was talking to Rashid about having, because I said I wanted 3 boys. And I was like, all we need is 2 more. But I was saying his kid. Like his son that he already has plus R2. Not, I don't have any kids.
No kids here. Yeah. No, I'm part of the Proud Aunties Club. So
hey,
I'm proud auntie. So somebody said, how did y'all feel about the editing? Let me go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm ready for this one. So you know what? It's Adriana, I feel like they had a very tough job to do. Like you said, they had hours and hours of footage.
Right.
Do I like my storyline? Some parts I did, some parts I did not. I felt like there was a lot that was left out, and they kind of, in some ways, I felt like they painted me kind of like a victim in some ways. But every time I tell that or I say that, I meet someone that says, oh no, I was inspired by it, or I felt the same way, you know? So I can't say that the editing was bad. I can't say that it was good. Are there things I wish you would have saw? Yes. But I feel like overall they did a very good job.
Right. I'm glad first. Good job. But I mean, and pretty much like exactly what you said. Like in my mind, it's like I think my not necessarily anxiety, but the reason I feel away a little bit sometimes because it's like that's not exactly how it happened. But did the point still get across? Is it something that somebody else, like you said, can relate to? Because I feel like at the end of the day, although it was our real life, the purpose of the show and the reason why all of us are so diverse is so that way somebody's going to watch the show and relate to somebody or see points, of themselves and, I'm a little bit like her, or you know what, I do that wrong in relationships. So it's kind of like, in a sense, we're just like the vessel in a way, for somebody to realize different triggers that they may have or different issues that they may have, and that way they can work on that in a relationship too.
I agree. And Felicia, that's exactly what I said. Like, Felicia, I didn't see you as a victim. And there's a lot of people when I say that, they're like, no, that is not how I saw it.
Yeah.
But we look at it totally different, right? Because it's like,
girl, because I look at it like, oh, they don't know nothing. I'm up there. All I did was laugh. And I mean, I do laugh. I'm very goofy. But at the same time, I still have a brain and I still talk as well. But,
I think you can, I think you showed intelligence.
Yeah. I don't know. But like you said, we're so hard on ourselves. Like, I'm just like, no, that's not it. But
you said that remember on like one of the early episodes was like, yeah, you think I'm just cute, but I'm probably smarter than you.
Right.
Talking to a guy.
But it's like, people didn't. But like I said, at the same time, it's not even necessarily all editing per se, because for me, like I said, I know that I'm 2 different people when it comes to, if it was a work show, y'all would have saw a completely different side than if it was then it being a show about relationships and dating and being vulnerable, Vulnerable me is different from work me. So, you know, I kind of missed. But I just wish it was a lot of conversations had. We had some deep conversations, but
Deep conversation. Even like I said, like us talking on the bench, on the park bench, the day before you had to make your decision.
Right. We went outside
Yeah.
and we talked. Cause
Listen, we had a whole sisterhood moment because I felt like I felt like you were going through a tough moment. You had to make a decision, and I didn't want you to feel like you were out there by yourself.
Right.
Because it was just me and you left.
Right. And it was just like I didn't know what to, I remember one time after Tommy's Tavern, or it was I guess kind of during and we were in the process of eliminating. I can't remember whose elimination it was, but me and you were both just walking in the back, just walking back and forth, just to ourselves, just trying to, you know, process our thoughts and everything, you know. And we looked
the anxiety,
because it's real emotion, and so when people watch it at home, you know, in that short time frame, it's like, oh, well, clearly that's the best decision. That's easy. And it's like, no, it's not like that. You know, that's the bird's eye view. When you're in it and you have emotions tied to it too, like it's really hard to make a decision. And then you're on a time frame too. You got to do it quick. You got to do it now. So
yeah,
definitely an experience.
Wynter, if Jay would have stayed, would you continue to pursue him? No, y'all don't remember the episode where I chunked the deuce to the camera? Did y'all forget that? When I said, and that was the episode when I cussed. I was like, I'm done. And the camera, y'all, when I chunked the deuce and I spun around in my chair, I meant that.
Oh yeah. You could tell with your faces, because your faces tell it all. I could tell by then. It was like he was literally.
You and Rashid was like, if ever the editors or the people want to know what's going on, they just gonna show Wynter's face, and that was like the show barometer.
That was one of those moments. Like right. You make a couple of those faces at the reunion too. I'm just, you know.
Did I?
Mm.
Oh God. Somebody said that's the Aquarius.
My mom too. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Aquariuses are like the smartest people in the world?
No, Virgos, but it's okay.
But
y'all probably number 2, but you know, Virgos.
You act like a Virgo because you always working.
That's all I do. Literally, I've been up since 4 this morning. I was on the computer working. That's all I know.
Yes. Somebody say no poker face whatsoever. No, I sure don't. Yeah, listen, my face will give away everything. I have to just look down if y'all don't want to know what I'm thinking. I'm working.
But I love it. I love it so much. It's so real. It's just like you like, nah. Like it's just
Nah, I'm pissed. I'm ready to go.
I'm not here for it. I don't care what you're talking about. Like, no.
I don't even, right.
Take it or leave it. So it's great. Let's see. I'm trying
We got some Team Virgos in here.
Hey, you know, we run the world.
What they say, Wynter, why did you keep asking Jay for a kiss? Are you kidding, lady? You gotta be joking. All right, let's go. What's the next question?
I'm trying to find it.
Are you kidding? That was one time, and it's a whole lot. It's a whole 30-minute conversation before that, but I digress. Just watch the reunion. You're gonna love the reunion. If that's the type of questions you asking, you're gonna love the reunion.
The reunion is for you. So I giggled the entire show. I did from what y'all saw. But clearly to have these 2 amazing men like interested in me, then I had to do more than just giggle. I had to have real conversations too, but let's see.
Wynter, did you date anyone we didn't see? Yes, I had. Did you? I had dates that never got seen. Did you have dates that no one ever saw?
No. I had a few conversations with people, but I didn't like, honestly, once I got there and I locked my eyes in on the 2, I was really cool. I friend zoned everybody else. I was just like, that was the homie.
I'll tell you, I'll give you a secret. Me and Calfani had a date that no one saw. You knew about that, though.
I knew about it because I walked past it. I didn't know. Y'all like worked out or something, right? What did y'all do?
Had a workout date.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm just over here. Oh, okay, that's fine. One day.
We had a really good, and you know Calfani is so fun with that laugh.
Girl, and he's so sweet. He just, yeah.
We had a really, really good day. Really, really good. But that just didn't line up with the storyline, so it got thrown out. But we were actually vibing for a second.
Right.
And then, somebody stole his heart.
Somebody stole my mama's birthday. They put January 27th. That's my mom's birthday.
So Felicia said, "Who paid for the dates?" We had to pay.
Are we allowed to talk about the dates?
What, that we paid for the dates? We did not pay. I'm joking. I'm joking. All jokes. Jokes.
Yeah.
No, but y'all listen. I'll just say this. This was a very, it's a major network,
Right.
So yeah.